Hello everyone, welcome to the Try Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around, talk about the games they've been playing, things going on in their lives. They have with me Justin.
I have a chocobo named Quevin.
And Ben.
Why are you speaking a woo? Just why?
It's not.
That's a woo! That is a woo!
No, it's chocobo speak.
No, it's a woo. I'm sorry.
That's Quinn.
No, when you
Chocobos
said
speak a woo.
Hi, my name is Quevin. I'm a chocobo. That's a woo speak, Justin.
You're ruining Quevin for me.
Well, you ruined it first by speaking a woo in the first place.
Out of all the people here, you think Justin would be the last one to speak a woo.
Yeah, I love anime and I hate a woo speak.
No, it didn't even occur to me. That's the thing.
Although, I will give a quick recommendation. There is a short 20-second video called God is Dead, a Woo, and it's basically a person reading in a woo voice Friedrich Nietzsche passage.
Oh, the God is Dead. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucking I'll link y'all later. It's fucking hilarious.
It's about nihilism.
Yes, yeah. I will link y'all later because I will find that I want to watch that for an hour. That's 10 minutes. It's just it's too fucking funny. But anyways,
Nietzsche.
And they're gonna fucking talking over again. Shit. Jesus.
So anyways, let's begin with the games we've been playing, Justin.
Yeah, so I haven't played much, mostly a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm really enjoying it. Last time I basically just started, now I have 3 characters that are all over level 20, or 3 classes, I should say.
You madman.
I know. But, I have different classes and playing with different people because I kind of want to keep them around the levels they are. So, I'll toggle over to something else when I'm playing with you versus when I'm playing alone versus when I'm playing with my friend, other friends. And so, I'm kind of trying to keep things separate like that. Mm-hmm. Plus, you run into quests that you can't do if your character's not high enough level. So I'll have to switch over to a higher level just for that quest and then switch back to my grinding character. And it's a lot. But I'm really liking it. I've gotten into some of the dungeons and kind of the higher tier stuff that's not just fetch quest things, which get old. I'm tired of traveling to one place, talking to a person, and then traveling back to where I came from. But the dungeons, anything that deals with a party is really cool.
Oh yeah.
We've run a few dungeons together, and it's a lot of fun. Basically you always have a healer, a tank, and 2 DPS characters. At least in the 4-person party dungeons. Mm-hmm. The raids and things like that are higher. I saw Pat of the Super Best Friends tweet out a picture of a high level raid that was 4 tanks, 6 healers, and 15 DPS. I think.
Yeah, they have a 24-man raid.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
And he was mad because they couldn't get enough tanks, but yeah, so that kind of stuff seems overwhelming, but also you're not the only healer within, because I feel it would get overwhelming to try and keep track of that many people to heal. But when you have 6 of you, you can say, okay, I'll take this group, you take this group. So anyway, the point is I really like doing the support stuff. I don't want to get up there and tank. That sounds awful. I understand why it's hard to find tanks. There's a mindset that is good for that. It's not me. But lately, Thomas has been doing the healer stuff, so I've been focusing on my my magic DPS, the Arcanist.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get a Scholar/Summoner, so I gotta build my Arcanist up to level 30.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny because once we get to level 30, I'll flip over to DPS, then you'll flip over to healer.
Oh yeah, are you gonna switch to your monk full time?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep. I'm leveling up my pug while you're offline.
Okay,
so.
Cool. Yeah, that'll work, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because the Arcanist is a magical DPS class, but when you turn it into Scholar, it becomes healer.
Yeah.
So you'd think, and the Arcanist has some healing ability.
I think it's the only one that does that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd think they would have just made the Arcanist a healer, especially when healers are kind of lower, on the amount of classes than the other ones have.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that, but I understand it to an extent because the Arcanist is kind of a non-traditional healer. It has a weaker cure ability called Physic, and it has Revive, whatever the Resurrect, whatever that's called.
Raise.
Yeah, But that's about it, like, as far as its white mage abilities. It has a lot more, like, magical stuff. So, like, my favorite thing right now is you start off with Ruin to shoot out just a quick, like, no elemental, like, long-range damage thing. And then you do a combination of Bio and Miasma, which both are damage over time abilities. And then when both of those statuses are available on the enemy, you can hit... I forget what it's called now. But it's basically an ability that does like a different amount of damage depending on how many status effects are on the enemy.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So like if they don't have any status effects, it does like a 100 potency, which is like pretty weak.
Yeah.
It's basically your normal magic ability. I think of it as like 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, so on. But it's 100, 200, 300, etc. So just the people that don't know. If they have 1 status ability, it does 200. And if they have 2 status abilities, it does 300. So you kick off Bio and Miasma and then use that, and you're doing like the damage over time plus the three times damage of this ability.
Does it only stack up to 3 times?
I don't know.
Okay. If it doesn't stack up to 3 times, that could be really overpowered.
Oh, like for that ability specifically?
Yeah.
It only stacks that.
Okay.
But those are also the only 2 I have.
All right.
Like the only 2 status things I have.
No, because I was thinking like the Archer, for example, has also 2 status effect abilities: Poison and Air Shot, whatever the hell it's called.
In the text, it specifically says like if they're afflicted with Bio, and then if they're afflicted with Bio and Miasma.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's very specific to this class.
Okay.
But that's a really cool thing to pop off. And then it actually like it works on kind of a complicated like alchemy system, I think is what it's called, where you get these points like that you build up from you doing something else, and instead of being on a cooldown, it uses one of those points to use that ability. So essentially, like you do the 2 status effects, and then you use one of your abilities that like raises your alchemy level to give you those points, and then you use the points to use that ability. So it's kind of a confusing system where you're like kind of, you know, if your abilities are on the number keys, it's like 1, wait, and then 2, 3, and then wait, and then 4, and then 5, and then 5. So it's like you kind of you kind of get into the rhythm of it, but it's a lot of juggling between abilities for like fairly early level. So I'm kind of nervous about how much more complicated this class is going to get later. I've heard it's a bit of a tricky mage / healer.
Yeah.
Because it's more about like the support than just the straight healing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. I like it a lot more. Every now and then I have to switch over to my conjurer for like the class quests and stuff, and I forget how boring just like heal and then stone.
No, you never use stone. What are you talking about?
I do when I'm playing by myself.
I'm kidding.
In the dungeon, yeah, it's hard. You're pretty much only healing.
Yeah.
But yeah, as magical DPS, like I can still heal if I need to. Like if the healer needs some support, but I mostly focus on the damage, and that's really cool. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. And then I also really like the Lancer, but I don't want to main it because it's like close range melee. But it has kind of a nice mix. Like it's got a few healing spells. It has the kind of the close range like melee combos, and it has like a ranged like javelin throw ability that doesn't like it can't be interrupted because a lot of like magic stuff like it has a casting time, and if you move around or anything while you're casting, it interrupts the spell. But this, like, you can be running towards an enemy, and whenever you get into range, you just chuck your javelin while you're still running up. And then you clear the distance, start doing your melee combos. Like, it's a really satisfying mix. But I've been mostly doing dungeons as part of the main quest, and I don't want to do a melee DPS for dungeons. So every now and then I'll switch over to my Lancer, but it's not going to be my main.
Yeah. I'm liking the Pug. It's kind of got that same combo system where, like, you do your first attack, that switches your stance into another stance, and then you can do 1 or 2 different abilities. One of them is like you'll get increased DPS, so you kind of go 1, 3, and then 4, and then 1, 2, 4, like that kind of rhythm. And it's all about like switching stances, building up your grease lightning meter, and just like increasingly do more DPS over time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the classes that have those kind of like tricks to them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't really a big fan of the Thaumaturgist, like the Black Mage, with its kind of like toggling back and forth between Blizzard and Fire. But like at least they made something interesting out of just like a straight magic user.
Yeah.
You know, like there's more to it than just mashing out the same spell over and over again. Yeah. That's why I don't really like the Conjurer, because all you're really doing is you hit stone and then arrow for the damage over time, and then keep hitting stone. And then heal when you need to, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty clear that the classes aren't all created equal in this game. But
sometimes you just need a straight up healer. That's
I know
what it is. It's the facts of life.
Yeah. And I've heard like the White Mage itself is pretty good. Like when you can, raise your Conjurer up. But I don't really care. I want my Scholar. Scholar/Summoner. I'm still not sure if they're like different classes that just share levels, or if it's like basically it's one thing, like Scholar/Summoner.
I have no idea.
Because there's no different class like on the list. It's just Scholar.
Oh.
So I didn't even know there was a Summoner class.
Maybe it's just the same. Maybe they just threw in Summoner into Scholar.
Maybe. I don't know. Because like I do have some summon things. Like I've got my little carbuncles. So I have no idea. But anyway, the game's really cool. I finally got into my grain company and got my chocobo. I haven't really like ran with it yet. I just put some armor on it and called it a day. Because I wanted to get some stuff done outside. But I was determined to get my chocobo today. But yeah, I'll be ready to run some more dungeons and stuff later this weekend probably. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
But I really like it. Like I've never really gotten like hard into an MMO before. But something about this one is just like really alluring.
There's just like way more tricks to it. You know, there's just more going on rather than just like simple attack, tank, and heal.
Yeah.
There's the levies, which are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're all different.
The levies are broken.
Yeah, they're all different. Like some of them require you to like run up and kill an enemy, grab something, and then throw it on another enemy and have it reveal its real identity. Those are really cool. Yeah,
and there's also like wanted monsters. Have you run into those? Like you'll be in the middle of a levy and like you'll find like a different monster on your way to the next objective, and if you kill it, you get a bonus.
Really? I don't think I've seen.
They're totally optional.
I might have done it by accident. I don't know, but
yeah,
I have never seen it.
And there's also like chests you can find.
I've seen the chests. Yeah, I just run up and grab stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. The dungeons are usually the best part in the early game.
Yeah, that Ifrit fight was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But the actual dungeons are really cool.
It even had a wipe mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's everything is pretty much just a variation of fight the thing, or, talk to the person, or, touch the thing and then gather whatever's there. Like, pretty standard MMO stuff. But maybe it's just, like, the Final Fantasy things in there. Like, as a fanboy, it just feels so much deeper. Like, I'm more invested in it.
All the monsters look really cool and unique. Like, that was one of the things that I really liked when I first started. I was like, oh, man, like, these monsters look so, like, different from anything else I've been fighting.
Well, they're also, like, they're Final Fantasy monsters for the most part. Yeah. So it's like, if you might not have any attachment to something like Rift or WoW, you probably do, but like Final Fantasy, that's an established property, and so like the monsters there are like established, like things you've been fighting your whole life if you're a fan.
Yeah, like I recognize like Bomb and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's always cool when you're like, oh, that's the thing. Yeah. And like your minions are kind of the same way. They're a lot of them are like actual Final Fantasy things. Yeah. But also, like, I spent too long at the Golden Saucer when I unlocked it.
Of course you did.
But it was really fun. Like there's some super cool stuff there. And talking about the minions reminded me, because there's actually like kind of an RTS Pokemon type thing, where you send out various minions, and like it is an RTS system where like each minion has like their own special ability, and so like whoever you send out, like you can kind of customize your team, and then like you send them over to attack the enemy base, and like take out their power cores or whatever, and they have their minions attacking you, and so it's fairly simple. It's not like, StarCraft complication or anything like that. But on a small scale, like it's got a lot of depth for just kind of a little throwaway mini game at the Golden Saucer.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy that, and I want to do it more when I get some more minions. I've got like 5, I think, now, because I got a few using my achievement points. So I need to go back sometime and see if I can do more there. But yeah, you need to go back to the Golden Saucer.
I'm saving up for a new mount. I want to get a Behemoth, or whatever it was, Behemoth.
A Behemoth.
Yeah.
I call him Behemoth. But yeah.
Behemoth. Whatever.
So those are like the actual mounts.
Putting that in the Justin is wrong category over here. Thank you.
What is it?
Yes, they are mounts.
It's Behemoth.
I've heard it both ways.
I've never heard it that way.
No, it's always been Behemoth.
Yeah. I mean, so put once again in the Justin is wrong category.
No.
I have a whiteboard. You can't see it, but it's there.
I remember I had this argument with
Behemoth is an actual word.
Shh.
Yeah.
Think about it. Final Fantasy doesn't doesn't pronounce things the way they're supposed to be. Titus. But I had this argument with Metal Blade back when he was doing his Final Fantasy VII playthrough, because he was saying he was like struggling how to pronounce that. He's like, I've never actually heard it. I'm gonna go with Behemoth. I don't know. And I said, like, I usually hear people say Behemoth, but I've always said Behemoth. So I'm probably wrong, but
you are wrong.
It's whatever. I've heard it both ways.
I don't know who you're listening to.
Anyway, like I thought those were
channels.
just like I thought they were like modifications. Like if you already have the minion, it's like something for it. I couldn't really tell what that was.
It's not a minion. Yeah, I just googled it, and it's like, yeah, it's a new mount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo, then I do need that sucks, because I had 5, and like those are all 6. So I was like, I'll just get some minions. It's fine.
I mean, you like your minions.
I do like my minions.
You just got your Chocobo. Spend time with that.
Yeah, that's true. And I got some armor, so
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that's real fun. That's all I really got.
It's been really cool. So me and Ben played some Streets of Rage 4.
Fuck yeah, we did.
I'll let you go.
Shit was off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so played Streets of Rage, we beat the entire game. In one sitting, surprising. I think we intended to stop. Like, okay, maybe we'll get to here.
I don't think so. I intended to finish.
Maybe it's just me, because like I was getting off of work. I'm like, well, how long can I go? Well, let's see how this goes. And then once you start playing a game like Streets of Rage, especially with your buddy, you just want to go. But it's super good. Like I've beaten it I've beaten it 4 times now with 4 different characters. Which I don't think I've never even beaten the original Streets of Rage games. So there you go. Yeah, Thomas and I had a really good time with it. There was a moment where I was getting way too hype when we were juggling people.
Yeah, that's real fun. It's always fun when we're juggling people for like 20 hits or whatever, and you're just like screaming at the top of your lungs. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
But one thing we learned is that once we unlocked them, Thomas and I, because I don't know if I mentioned this I talked about it last week, but you can switch characters at least in main story mode, you can switch characters in between stages. And towards like the second and like near the end of the game,
like the last 2 levels or so.
Yeah, we changed to Streets of Rage 1, Axel and Adam with the ugly ass 1991 Genesis
and the like very stoic strut that they do.
Yeah, but it was awesome because they hit so fucking hard.
Yeah, they do.
It was so great. And then Thomas just like Axel jumping over and over again. It's so great. Like I think like you. Like with a game like this, you can't play. Like I stopped I didn't play it all this week because I played a lot of it. but it's definitely a game you don't want to burn yourself out on too much because it can go very fast. But it's even, and just like with anything. But I think it's having proven it. It was fun playing it by myself and going through it and seeing all the things. It was even better playing it with Thomas.
Yeah,
like no joke.
It was a good time, man.
Yeah,
it's probably one of the best games I played this year for sure. Like it's up there. It's already in like top 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
We recorded and streamed the full playthrough of the game. I'm throwing that up, I think tomorrow or sometime this weekend. So
we need to try arcade mode at some point. You get 5 lives, and that's it. 1 continue, 5 lives per character.
All right.
We need to try that, and I propose we do it with Axel and Adam from the start, and then we'll do the change it to the retro soundtrack, which is just the new soundtrack is badass.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's so great. Like just listening to that title screen,
freaking guitar riffs going off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. I think it's the same composer too from the original Streets of Rage games.
Nice.
It's so good. Like it's such a love letter to what was before, but improved on things, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's. Do you have anything else you've been playing?
I mean, no, other than the Animal Crossing, that's about it. And I've decided to make a park on my in my island.
Nice.
I'm gonna make. I don't know. When do we get sidewalks? I want sidewalks.
Once you get the terraforming.
Okay. Do I just have to ask about it? Because I'm already building a bridge.
You have to get to star rank 3, I think.
Damn it! Oh.
Yeah.
I already got like a jungle gym and like a slide, so it's there.
Yeah.
Can the villagers interact with that shit?
I don't know if they can interact with that stuff, but like if you put like down park benches, they'll walk through like on the sidewalks and they'll sit on the benches and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I know that for sure. Because I have a mini park myself, which is really cool. Yeah, I downloaded an Animal Crossing app. It's like a checklist. So like I just like go through the app and I'm like, all right, I already done this for the today, and then I can see the fishes and the bugs I haven't caught for the season yet, and I can see like when they appear and where they spawn and stuff. So that's really cool. Yeah, it's cool. I think we're gonna head into the news. We're gonna try and brief through some of this stuff because we're gonna spoil the fuck out of Final Fantasy at the end.
Yeah, we are.
Final Fantasy 7 remake.
7. No, all the Final Fantasies rather.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil all of them.
All right, so Final Fantasy 1, Warriors of Light.
There's no story, so move on.
No, you get sent back in time. Don't you?
There's barely a story.
Yeah,
I never got past I played it for like 15 minutes and I bounced off.
The PSP version is great. I beat the PSP version of it. It's so good.
It's fine.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful and it's
better
its
than
simplicity. 2. Oh yeah, 2's garbage.
2's weird.
2 is garbage as fuck. No, it's garbage.
I don't think I've ever played 2. Anyways,
it has a weird system where like you don't have levels. You get more powerful by doing things. Kind of like Elder Scrolls Morrowind.
Yeah.
Like if you hurt your party members, they get more HP. If you attack, you get more strength. Like that kind of thing.
And they never did it again.
Nope.
Is Mega Man 2 the only 2 that's good in that era?
The NES?
Yeah.
I can't think of a lot of
Mario
2s.
2 was pretty good.
Mario 2
2 wasn't Mario though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Lost Levels is not a good game. I'm sorry.
No,
it's not great. Castlevania 2 wasn't bad.
No, it's convoluted, especially the American release. That's the only problem.
But it had some cool features.
It has cool features, but the translation makes it awful.
Yeah.
You have to use a guide to beat that game.
Yeah, you do. So anyway,
Tetris 2 is cool.
Wait, there's a Tetris 2
on the NES.
Yeah, Tetris 2.
That's weird.
On
I'm
the
gonna
NES.
Pretend you didn't say. Pretend you didn't say that.
See,
I knew the.
It's like kind of a mix between Tetris and Dr. Mario.
I knew the NES was garbage.
Neat.
I was right. Fucking Tetris 2.
I played it a lot because it had a cool like puzzle mode.
All right. So moving on. Quick news here. Star Wars Day occurred this week, and with it, some Star Wars news fell into our laps. So, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has free DLC.
Yeah, the same way Ray fell into Ben's laps.
The update.
We're spoiling Star Wars, or we're spoiling Final Fantasy, not Star Wars.
Yeah, it's been 6 months. You should have seen it by now.
It's on Disney Plus now, though, so some people are just now seeing it.
Well, that's your fault.
The update includes battle grid for customization challenges. So yeah, combat challenges, new lightsaber colors, more cosmetic rewards. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
New Game Plus, which is pretty awesome.
That is neat. New Game Plus is always good.
But also we got Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR series coming to PSVR this summer. I'm probably gonna check that out because.
Please tell me if it's not an all red, I will be disappointed.
Virtual Boy style?
Well, that's what he sees. He sees red.
How do we know that?
Well, you don't remember Revenge of the Sith when you see the helmet coming down? It's like his the eyes. It's like red, like RoboCop or Terminator.
That doesn't mean he only sees red. It's probably like a red filter,
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
like a red light filter.
It probably won't be that, but like.
No, that would hurt.
I would want the option to change it to that, though, to be authentic.
You can't even play first-person shooters. You couldn't play a VR game at only red.
If it means being Darth Vader and being the choke out bitches, I will hurl every 5 minutes if I have to just to do it.
All right. Anyway, I'm curious about this. I never really heard about it.
Yeah. So first, I've heard about it, but I've always heard about it as like a tech demo. So the first episode of Vader Immortal was released for Oculus Rift and Quest May 2019. The second episode came out a few months later in September. And they're going to wrap things up with the third and final episode on November 21st, 2019, apparently. Yeah, what's new about this?
It's just, it was never on PSVR before.
Okay.
Like, the whole thing is going to be packaged together with the lightsaber trials or something like that. Lightsaber dojos.
Okay.
Like in one package on PSVR for the first time. That's what's new. Before you could only buy each episode individually on Oculus.
All right, I'm going to check this out because I'm a Star Wars fan. And
Can you choke? I just want to know. Can you choke out individual random ass Imperial officers? Because if you can't, you're not living out the true Vader experience.
I don't know. I'll tell you about it when I play it.
Yeah.
Yes, also, please. I don't think you're playing as Vader.
What? That's
because like there's a screenshot here that shows like you like the first person view against Vader.
That's lame. Let me be Vader.
Yeah, that's true. Weird.
But like with this and Beat Saber, like you are covered with lightsaber stuff on VR.
Yeah, I need to get back into Beat Saber. I was playing that quite a bit and I stopped. I need to work out. I need to do my workouts. So EA and sticking with the Star Wars and EA stuff, EA announces digital only EA Play broadcast in June.
Yay!
Beginning 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. EA says that the show will showcase games through a live broadcast, community content, and more.
I think that Inside Xbox event was probably a good indicator of how this will feel.
Like how we're doing it right now.
The company hasn't specified any games coming in the showcase, but you like expect, sport franchises like Madden and FIFA. Get a glimpse of the new Battlefield game coming in 2021. A small matter of Project Maverick, mystery Star Wars game that leaked in March.
Oh yeah.
Hint rumors of a Mass Effect remaster trilogy.
Yeah, I heard about that a few nights ago. Coming like next year.
All rumors, but we've been saying that for like 5 years now, I think.
Yeah. But I think like if they're wanting to drum up support for Mass Effect again, after, how terrible the last one was, this would be the way to do it.
As long as they don't fuck it up. That's the only thing.
Alright, so speaking of fuck-ups, Microsoft showed their Xbox Series X event.
Wow.
Gameplay.
That's the only thing I saw in the comments was like...
Can you hear me? Can you hear the finger quotes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microsoft is a loose definition of gameplay.
Their events are always like world premiere, first gameplay, so like they're always hyping it up, but
then it just says in-engine footage.
Yeah.
Which is not the same thing as gameplay. Like,
no,
I didn't see one like actual like live gameplay reveal.
Well, there was no live gameplay reveal, but there was like a couple games where you saw like the shooting and stuff, but it wasn't really gameplay.
Yeah, but there was no HUDs. There was no indication of like the actual like gameplay itself. Yeah. It was just the way the game plays rendered in engine.
Yeah.
Which is technically gameplay, yes.
In the most technical sense of the word.
But, like, it blew past everything.
Yeah.
It was all cut together like cinematic trailers, even the gameplay stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what... I said this before. What you need for next gen is to show off how that hardware is being used. Because it's not a huge graphical leap. Like, nothing there, which granted it's launch titles anyway. They always kind of look like cross-platform games. But there was nothing there that looks like it needs to be on next gen.
Yeah.
But where next gen is going to come in is with, no load times, larger environments that, again, don't need to be loaded in. Like that kind of more like that instantaneous, like densely populated environments. Mm-hmm. And you don't see that from quick cut gameplay, quote unquote, trailers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just showing the graphical fidelity, which is not that different.
Right. Like you could have... I could be looking at just a very polished PS4, Xbox One game.
Right. And a lot of them are, because like they're going to be cross-platform. Right. But like that's what I'm saying is you're not showing the difference in the new systems.
Right.
That's what that PS5 tech demo like showcasing Spider-Man running on PS5 hardware. That's what that does.
Yeah, exactly.
Xbox did not do this correctly. The games looked good. Like, they had some really cool-looking first-party titles on there. I love that everything like that they showed, at least as far as their partners, is coming to Game Pass day one. Like, Game Pass is still such a good service.
Yeah.
But, sorry, go ahead. I'm going to go into the games. So go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, they did announce that whole... I can't remember what the term was called, but, like, if you buy a game on Xbox One, you basically... If you win, you buy it for, like, the Xbox Series X, you have it there.
Smart delivery.
Smart delivery, which... That sounds like a Silicon Valley term, which I kind of hate, but whatever.
So, like, it's cross-platform buying.
Yeah.
Basically. Like, you get it on one system, you have it on the whole Xbox family.
Yeah. If only a certain, Japanese company would fucking do that with all their older games that I already paid penny for.
Yeah.
Lots of money.
Sega, when am I going to get my Sonic on PC?
Anyway, before I actually get into the actual games, because I did watch this whole thing. I was invested, even though I'm being critical. I love that they started it off with their marketing manager in a Zoom like virtual background with the Xbox fridge behind him. It was great. Like, like lean into it. Why not? Mm-hmm. Especially since it was the marketing manager. Like, that's appropriate. Yeah. But their first game was a new IP called Bright Memory Infinite.
Such a lame title.
It's really bad. But the game looks cool. I mean, like, that's the thing, is a lot of these next-gen games look just generically pretty. Like, they all look great, but, like, when this first showed up, I thought it was, like, Cyberpunk or, any other, like, insert futuristic shooter game here.
Yeah. It's, I did some research on this game, actually, because, I don't know, I was just looking it up to see if I got the developer right. But apparently there was a game called Bright Memory that came out on PC not too long ago. And you can get it now for like $11 Canadian.
Whoa.
And it's more of like a proof of concept type of thing. It was in early access for a while.
So is this the final game or is this a sequel?
That's the thing. I'm trying to find out. I think it's the final game. Like the story, like there's actually going to be a story in this. It's not just game mechanics. It's made by one guy though, so there'll be some limitations to that, but it looks really good for a one-man game.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive, like, just visually.
I like the fact that it has the whip from Bulletstorm in it. I don't know if you guys have heard of that or played that.
And
before.
Swords.
Yeah, it's got swords in it too.
Yeah.
But Bulletstorm was really cool with the like the arcadey like ways to execute people and stuff. Like you get points based on the creative murder that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whip is really cool.
Then we had... Oh, I lost it. Dirt 5, which I think is a first-party title. But
I don't remember Dirts 1 through 4.
You don't?
No.
They're Microsoft games.
Are they?
I think so.
I've never heard of this franchise. I was like, wait, Dirt 5? What the fuck?
Yeah. Generic racers, like off-road racers, it's whatever. But like this is the perfect example of what they shouldn't do. Because, I mean, the game looks pretty, sure. But they mentioned that it can be either 4K or 120 frames a second.
It's by Codemasters.
Yeah, but I think it's like an Xbox exclusive, isn't it?
Oh, you mean this game? I don't know.
Anyway, so you basically have to choose between 4K or 120 frames a second, which you don't need 120 frames a second. But when you're talking about next gen,
frames per second. What's wrong with you?
I mean, I guess for a racing game, maybe. But anyway, with like next gen, like your first showing of games on next gen and already having caveats to the performance, not great. Like, it's, of course, it's true that like that's the way the game is, but maybe don't talk about that yet.
It's fine. I think we're still in that era of like maybe a year out it won't be acceptable, but I think we're still in that era where it's still accepted.
Yeah,
especially
with
with
still developing for old hardware.
Considering the Xbox One and like the PS4, like they try to get to 60, and most games don't have 60. Like people are gonna experience 60 for the first time with the news.
True.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with 4K 60. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Just maybe don't talk about it being able to get to 120 if you sacrifice resolution. Just brag about it being 4K 60.
Yeah. But we can go further beyond.
Yeah, I don't know. A bunch of other games they showed off that are, I think, all Game Pass Day 1s. There's Scorn, which is a gross-looking horror game. That's been in development apparently for a long time. It looked like, at first I thought it was like an Alien game or something. Like, you know, using the Alien or Prometheus, whatever.
The weird skull thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they showed Scorn. I was like, I have no idea what that is. I'm kind of curious, but I probably won't play it. But like, again, it's on Game Pass, so maybe I'll try it. You never know. Then they had Call of the Sea, which is a really pretty looking puzzle game.
The art style is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff like indie games next gen I'm really intrigued by, because they're not going to be limited by like graphical fidelity, because they're not going for the super realistic looking, like, you know, generically pretty stuff. They're just going to be able to take their like unique graphical ability and expand it to whatever their hearts desire. And that I really want to see more of. Games that look different. Because I remember this one. All these others, like, the trailers blend together because they all look the same. But I remember Call of the Sea. Chorus is a creepy sci-fi game. They didn't really have a lot of information.
Is that how it's called? I called it Corvus.
Yeah. Weird. I don't know. I don't remember this one at all.
Well, to be fair, there was a lot of forgettable things here.
Yeah, that's true. Second Extinction is a co-op game about fighting dinosaurs. And the main thing this trailer made me think is we need like a Dead by Daylight style game that's just humans versus dinosaurs.
Okay, I was scared you were gonna say we need another Turok, but
no, like use like the Jurassic Park license and make it be like, you know, one person plays as a T-Rex and the other people play as their survivors trying to like hide and escape the park, or like tranquilize the dinosaur and get out, or, you know, something along those lines.
You'd be surprised that's not already around, you know?
Right. And then you can have another mode that's like a 2v10 or something, and it's like a pair of raptors that kind of have that like not telepathic, but like, you know, they can kind of work together.
Yeah, like birds.
Yeah. And like there'd be some really cool stuff that you could do with that. But instead we always get games where it's just humans shooting dinosaurs. It's like, let us play as the dinosaurs.
That's because the most Western developers either don't have the capacity to go that far, or they just don't have imagination.
I will say, Justin, there is games that are like that, where you could play as the dinosaurs trying to kill the humans, but they're all like really bad indie games.
You could, if you really want to satisfy that itch, Justin, you can play Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis, where you can play as Velociraptor.
It's not the same. Next we have The Ascent, which I also thought was Cyberpunk, but is not Cyberpunk. It's just a Cyberpunk RPG.
So it's
probably
Cyberpunk?
not the best time to come out with something like that. But I think I think Second Extinction was the one made by Avalanche.
Wait, aren't they a terrorist group? What?
No, Avalanche Studios.
I know. I was making.
What did they
making
do?
a joke, dude?
Yeah, I know. I failed miserably. I'm gonna go commit spooky.
I get your reference.
What did they do? Was that the
Just Cause?
They bombed the Mako reactor.
Just Cause?
That's what
That's
they
it.
did.
Thank you. That might be a Second Extinction though. I was thinking it was The Ascent.
It's a miracle they would let a game developer become a terrorist group become game developers. It's really weird. But hey, Shinra's gone, so fuck it. Sorry.
Sure, it wasn't funny. Just keep going with it.
I thought it was funny.
All right, Seinfeld. I don't like Seinfeld. I don't think it's funny.
You don't like
So
stand-up comedians.
confirmed. Justin hates me. There we go. It's up there.
And then last but not least, at least of like the big titles they showed, and arguably the most interesting was The Medium, which is another upcoming horror game. And
They made a game based off the show?
Yeah.
Is this the puppet one?
No.
There was one that looks okay. Did y'all or maybe I'm crazy, but they showed one that was like a dude who had like people on like strings. It looked awful.
Are you talking about JoJo Bizarre Adventure?
Oh, I think that was Chorus.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That looked awful for what's considered next gen. It looked bad.
Yeah, I thought that was like it had like vibes of that We Happy Few game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the game you're talking about. Yeah, that game looked awful.
Yeah, it was weird.
Character, yeah.
Anyway, The Medium looks really cool, and it's from the makers of Blair Witch and Observer, which, I mean, that's fine, but like it also has one of the people from Silent Hill involved. And
that does the
really
music.
has... Yeah,
Yeah.
but it really has Silent Hill vibes to it. Like the way that the world kind of shifts around you, and
There's a fog. It's a Silent Hill.
right, and like they actually showed like you're just in a place, and then it like turns horror-y.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be a big one. I'm still not going to play it, but it will be on Game Pass, so there's that.
So you can play it.
Actually, that one I might play. I probably wouldn't play Scorn, but I'd check this out at least.
Live stream it, because if one thing I've
If you
learned
play
anything
horror
about
games, live stream.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no, I
because
would.
that you're gonna get likes, you're gonna get clicks.
That's the only reason I would play it, is to get the live stream shame.
get the clout. Get that clout.
Yeah, exactly. But I've never played a Silent Hill game, so we'll see.
They're not that. They're not. That
I mean, this
scary,
is from the Observer and Blair Witch guys. There's not going to be like combat.
I mean, Outlast still got me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna be more around
Silent Hill's not nearly as bad. S games. I mean, there's combat, but like the enemies are just more disturbing than scary.
All right. It's more that idea of like walking through a place and then like it changes around you. Like that's super unsettling because you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, a few games that I think we already knew about that we got like new trailers for was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Oh, you skipped over. Okay, so real quick, NFL 21. If you buy that, you'll get it on Xbox Series X. But you also skipped over the whole like giant list of developers and publishers.
A lot.
I'm not gonna name all of them, but I was talking to Sully about this, and he brought up a pretty good point. Out of all these people, you don't see Rockstar there.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Capcom's on there.
And he brought up the point of like of Sony like buying Rockstar was
That's what? Are we confusing Rocksteady and Rockstar again?
Yes,
I actually just did. But Rockstar, like Red Dead Redemption 2 just came to Game Pass.
I know, that's what I told him. But it's just funny to not see Rockstar there or Take-Two.
I would guess that's because they just don't have anything in the works for next gen.
You figured they would want to like bring like Red Dead or GTA there, but
or the intern who was in charge of making that graphic fucked up and didn't put it in there.
It's just weird that they're not there. Anyways, go on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of devs though.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to go over this list. Like,
I just want to bring that up because
for sure,
it's a pretty good point.
Anyway, like this vampire trailer, like I would not have expected this to be Vampire the Masquerade, like the way it was first showing.
Right.
Because it was weird. Oh no, this is the creepy doll one.
Oh yeah.
The people on marionettes with like the creepy faces.
Yeah, the blood and everything.
Yeah, and you're right, it didn't look good. It didn't look like next gen.
It looked like a PS3 game.
It was not a good showing for next gen. But yeah, that's like it didn't feel like a vampire game. Like right up until the very end.
This is the Bandai Namco one, right? The anime as fuck one?
No, this is Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bloodlines too. But it kind of looked like Dishonored almost.
What was the one I saw?
Yeah.
And then that one's next. And then they showed the title, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, it did not look good.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that didn't look good, Scarlet Nexus is a new.
What?
That's the one I'm thinking.
That's
from Bandai
blasphemous.
Namco.
Yeah.
It's just not my style, and I think like I thought this like anime style would look really cool for next gen.
It does.
This looks not great.
I think it looks really
like graphically. Cool. It doesn't look up to snuff.
It has more personality and style than any other game we saw on the list, though.
Yeah, for sure. And like the monster designs are really cool.
Oh, the plant things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are fucking cool.
Yeah, I was like in a Discord call with my friend when I was watching this, and I said that the monsters look like if Guillermo del Toro designed the Last of Us monsters.
That's a really good, yeah.
But yeah, like they look cool, but like the game itself, it looks like it doesn't look any different than like anime games we've gotten for the last 5 years, like graphically. I would have expected more.
All right.
Anyway, then we got a new Yakuza trailer, which
this game's already out.
I will say, like,
no, I'm kidding.
It's out in Japan.
It is.
But this is confirmation that it's coming to Xbox One, and like I've never cared about Yakuza. I just don't like it. But turning it into an RPG is the most I've been interested. But it's also interesting because I thought that this subtitle was only in Japan, and here it was called Yakuza 7.
No, here it's
the other way around.
Here it's called Like a Dragon. In Japan, the game series is actually called Like a Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because the point I'm making is like I thought this was supposed to be Yakuza 7.
This is Yakuza 7, but it's also Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Are you sure it's still Yakuza 7 though?
I'm pretty sure.
It feels like now they're like wanting to make it a spin-off.
Again, the Japanese names and the American names are different.
So in Japan, is it called Like a Dragon 7?
I think so.
Probably, yeah. We just always called it Yakuza 7.
Because I thought until now it was called Yakuza 7.
It's like how in Japan Resident Evil 7 is called Resident Evil 7, or no, Biohazard 7 Resident Evil, you know?
Right.
Yeah. We're kind of bearing the lead here. Why are they showing a game off that's already out?
It's in Japan.
It's only out in Japan.
And it was PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, it's still a game that's out there. That's odd. That to me
but it's only out on PS4, so here it's Xbox. They're saying, hey, we got this.
I guess, but to me it's like that's not. If this is a next gen showcase, it's not a next gen showcase.
Yeah.
If like that's my issue.
Yeah,
like, I have no problem.
You got a point there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super weird. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
And then
don't kill me.
No,
weirdly,
I agree.
Yeah, weirdly they're big. I didn't even think about that honestly.
Yeah.
Weirdly, their big thing was first gameplay footage of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And did you see the gameplay?
What, you didn't see the gameplay where the guy ran for like a second?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Like, it was like, concept footage for sure.
Just call it a world premiere trailer. Like, that's so I thought we were past this bullshit.
Right. Yeah. Like, this whole thing was wrapped around the idea of first gameplay footage of the new Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
And no.
Looks neat though. I will say
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It runs at 30 FPS and then dips into the 20s, and then it can't load a world. Well, hopefully it does. I'm sorry.
I mean, they were talking about like the different. That's what like the interview helped, I guess, because they were saying like on Xbox Series X, like the world will load seamlessly and blah blah blah, and like that's where they'll put the power. But like they didn't show any of that.
Yeah, it's a comic book thing. Yeah, you could tell me that Superman destroyed 50 dudes. Show me that he should destroy 50 dudes, which is more exciting.
Right, like show the footage side by side. Like, actual gameplay footage on Xbox One and Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
Show those load time differences. The way the world, pops in. Like, graphical fidelity, things like that. Yeah. Actually have a side-by-side.
Yeah. Also, Ubisoft, seriously, when the fuck are you just going to give me Assassin's Creed Japan? Just do it, please? Like, come on.
They have to do everything before Japan.
They did. Christ. No, not Japan.
They did China.
They did China.
Yeah,
and it's a 2D game.
That doesn't count. Yeah, it doesn't count.
Why doesn't it count?
Because it's not it's overworld like it's an Assassin's Creed game. It's like it's not like a main. Yeah, exactly.
It's a 2D platform action platformer.
Yes.
It's not an Assassin's Creed game.
I would love to play an Assassin's Creed game in China that's like full overworld and everything. Yeah. Can you imagine doing Assassin's Kills off the Great Wall of China?
Against the Mongols?
Yeah, how badass is that?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, why haven't they done it by now? Like, come on. Instant Seller, be actual Thai ninja lore into the what are they called again? The Astlers and the Memplers or something.
Oh my god, did you really just do that?
Yes, I did. I did.
Oh my god. That pains me. It's the Assassins and the Templars.
Okay, yeah, the Mastlers and the Meepers. Okay.
Wow. You just bought Assassin's Creed games. You can't get away with that.
Haven't bought them yet. Look, listen.
I thought you said you bought them. You liar.
Yeah. No, I was going to. Haven't done it yet.
Liar.
Not my fault that they killed all my love for the franchise back in 2011. It's taking me. It's like you have a very hot, sexy fling with somebody for 9 months, and then the pregnancy comes out, and it's like, oh, it's not your kid because it's ultimately a disappointment, and you're not a disappointment. You're a fucking king. So you leave.
Okay.
So, but in the meantime, that kid that you called a disappointment has now grown up to be someone successful, and you're just a shell of your former self. What am I saying right now?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Don't know. You went places though.
Yeah, that was all improv.
That was like a dark, deep-seated area you went to.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I think I'm gonna have to bill you for this visit.
Really? Oh, okay.
We charge by the hour, and we've only gone for 53 minutes, so
can't charge me.
No, that means you just get charged for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking assholes, and they say auto technicians are worse.
Anyway,
that's a story.
So yeah, the weirdest thing to me about all of this is we still know nothing about Halo. That comes out like less than 6 months.
Don't talk about
the battle royale game. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
what Halo? We never said there was a Halo game. What are you talking about?
There's like they're basically having these like monthly.
I never said there was a Halo.
And they're gonna do that in like a month or two.
Oh god.
The Infinite is actually the development time. Don't think about it. So yeah, they're doing another one in June. And then in July they're focusing specifically on games coming from Xbox Game Studios. So if we hear anything, it'll probably be in July. But they're still shooting for holiday, and we haven't even seen gameplay footage. Not even Microsoft's definition of gameplay footage. So that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the Xbox thing. It wasn't much.
Yep.
But something that was a lot was the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath trailer.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot.
There's a lot of 2-minute, almost 3-minute trailer.
Right. There was more here than the 40-minute Xbox thing.
Hell yeah, it was.
Go ahead.
Am I taking the lead? Okay. So
You're the fighting game
this
guy.
is Mortal Kombat Aftermath. This is the basically the season 2, as I'm gonna call it, just for frame of reference. It's gonna give us a second part to the story mode, which has never been done before,
And it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you're getting that. So it basically picks up right at the end where, spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now's your chance. Where Liu Kang becomes a fire god, merges with Raiden, and defeats Kronika, and it's basically the start of creation. And now Shang Tsung is in the storyline, so you get more Teratagawa from the MK movie as Shang Tsung, and he eats up the camera, even though he's not really there. And we get not only that, but we also have 3 characters coming up in this Combat Pass. We have Fujin, who is playable for the first time since Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and has been a long desired character since Mortal Kombat, probably 4, yeah, or at least Armageddon, because Armageddon he's probably trash.
Because there was some good stuff from the 3D era, and we need to respect it.
There's some. I mean, I give credit, but most of it's trash.
Kenshin,
Kenshin,
Frost, Fujin, all
Yeah.
have gotten love recently. Also, Bo Rai Cho is there.
Bo Raicho's trash.
He is.
One of those, most of the other, like the vampire chick's trash. Ashra's trash. Cobra is trash. I can keep going.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Anyways.
trash, but there's also a lot of trash in the OGs.
No, there's
Like
not.
Stryker is from like early game, and he sucks.
They made him cool in 9 though.
Eh.
Anyways, but the third character, which speaking of actually Stryker, they showed a cop.
You skipped
coming out,
Shiva.
like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually feel bad because Shiva looks so badass.
Yeah, she does.
Shiva is a playable character, and I always hated Shiva because of the noises she makes in the old Mortal Kombat. Oh god, like, oh god, so disturbing. Seriously, play that at like 2 a.m. But she was coming back. She gets redesigned from MK from the story mode from last time. She looks great. And the other third guest character, who is a guest character, who is a surprise because he wasn't in the leaks. It's fucking RoboCop.
What?
RoboCop is in Mortal Kombat 11, and he says his iconic line. He doesn't say "Dead or Alive, come with me," or he just says "Freeze, dirtbag." Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the original RoboCop,
that's something that we should do.
Yeah, hell yeah, we do. We'll do it close to the
I've
release.
never seen RoboCop.
You've never
It
seen
is
RoboCop? Oh my god!
Oh my god! It is literally it's possibly the best satire movie of all time. Like it's fantastic, and it's bloody, violent for all the right reasons. It's so.
Ben, remember when RoboCop came to WCW?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Yes, I remember.
That's the only wrestling thing I'll say.
Who doesn't know, like, Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me? And he looks so good, and he's voiced by Peter, Well of the original RoboCop, which that's badass. That is so badass. Granted, I don't have confidence in his moveset, but who cares?
How is he gonna move? He's a fucking RoboCop.
He's RoboCop. They'll probably give him like crazy ass weapons and shit. There's already footage up there where he has the sting, that big thing that he jacks in, that he stabs that dude at the end of the first movie. He has that as part of his fatal blow.
Do you think they'll have like the AI robots?
Oh, it's better be part of one of his fatalities. I swear to God, it better be.
I do like that people have said we can finally get our Terminator versus RoboCop match.
Oh my god!
Yes, this is the AVP for this game. This is exactly what this is.
You guys know, like, Terminator versus RoboCop was a real game on the Genesis, right?
What?
Yes, but it was garbage.
Yeah,
it's not.
I didn't know that. No. Huh.
Yep.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So RoboCop is coming, but that's not all. We're also getting new stages. They showed off Ermac stage from MK9 or original MK3 or MK2, 3, whatever. They also showed off the acid bath, which that's coming back.
I love that stage.
Nice.
And I think they showed off another one, but I couldn't remember at this time.
Yeah,
but
it's
also,
hard to tell what it is. They definitely show one, but I can't tell what it is.
But also, stage fatalities are coming back, which they're not in MK 9, which that's cool.
Yeah.
So, but the last...
And they haven't said which stages have stage fatalities. Like, they want to keep that a secret so you discover them through play.
But the very last thing that they showed off is so it's like a finishing move. Scorpion does the fatal thing, and you hear the dun 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 dun, and Scorpion does this, get over here, and he hugs a giant teddy bear.
Yeah,
and you just see friendship.
Friendships are back.
Friendships are back. Oh my god. Yes.
I don't know if you saw, but they actually showed a few more.
Yes, I was gonna go over those.
Okay.
So they've shown off Sub-Zero, who, oh my god, so Sub-Zero, he delivers ice cream, but my favorite part of it is the beginning of it, because he like waves his arms like a little kid, and then he runs off and he comes in a little ice cream cart, and on the side you can see Sub-Zero's frozen treats, a little mini Goro, a little mini Scorpion, it's adorable, and
he's like making it dance.
Yeah, it's great. They've shown Kano's which I want to say this is a reference to something he says to Scarlet, where he goes, "Would you like to taste Australia's famous blood sausage?" Obviously talking about his dick. And she says, "I'd rather just eat your blood." And she goes, "What did you settle for me, sausage?" And he's cooking barbecue. He's cooking sausage, which I think that's hilarious. And then the other one they've shown, which I think is my personal favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
Is Noob Saibot, who's playing hopscotch.
With himself.
With himself. And it's great.
No, it's not hopscotch. It's jump rope.
Jump rope. I'm sorry. It's jump rope. And it's great. And it's even funnier because somebody put... Because okay, just to set this up. Melina fans, you guys are trolls. You guys are assholes. Stop harassing Ed Boon on Twitter. Melina is famously not in MK11. Katana has her scythe, yada yada yada. So somebody on I saw, and maybe I'll retweet it again or something to post it. I'll post it to you guys so you can see it. Somebody put like the that crabs dancing music, like dun 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 dun, somebody put like the new side of video dancing, and then just a simple caption: "Melina's dead, LOL." And it's just Noob Saibot dancing over it. It's great. So yeah, that's what we know. That's MK, the Aftermath. And right now, if you do not own MK11, you can purchase MK11 with the Season 1 content. Pre-purchase MK11 with all the Season 1 content, all the skins, except for the Halloween pack, which, thank goodness, because I was about to be mad. So you get all the Season 1 content, plus the Story Expansion DLC and all the other stuff I just mentioned, plus this Character Pass 2 for the low price, at least on Switch. $59.99 or $49.99. I think it depends on the version. I think because one comes with the Season 1 Character Pass, one comes without, I think. So like if you just want to get like the base game, it's just called Mortal Kombat Aftermath. So yeah, great fucking bargain. Yeah. So that's MK Aftermath. New story, new characters.
Okay, cool.
Friendships back.
Like when I checked the day of, it wasn't on Steam yet, but it is now.
Okay. So yeah, it's I wanna see everybody's friendships.
Does that mean that if you pre-purchase all of this, you automatically get the regular game, and then the Aftermath unlocks when you...
I think so.
Because I would probably go ahead and do that then.
I think you do.
Because then I'd be able to play through the story stuff, and then like whenever Aftermath comes out, I can continue it.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, so yeah, MK just in one trailer breathed new life into the game. Even though the game, I don't think was dying or anything from single player content, but it's definitely quieted down.
Do you think there will still be like a DLC pack 2, or do you think these 3 characters are it?
I don't know. They have taught NetherRealm / Wonder Brothers have talked about supporting Mortal Kombat 11 longer, and
right.
I think this.
That's why I was kind of surprised by this, because like they're dropping 3 characters right out front.
Yeah, so it's possible. I'm going in the realm of possibility. It's possible, because I mean the story expansion is crazy enough. Like they've never done this before. No other fighting game has done this before, because normally you'd have to wait till the sequel to get an answer.
Right.
But
like then if they're doing a story expansion just to include the DLC characters, and then they add more DLC characters, like that seems weird. So it makes me think that the only way they'd introduce more is if it was more guest characters like Ash.
Yeah. Well, it's already, like I said, from now I'm gonna go as a possibility. But to me, honestly, if they cut it off at fucking RoboCop, I will be fine with it because I mean I already think the base roster plus the first wave of DLC is fine. Granted, some odd guest choices.
I mean, Fujin and Shiva are great.
Yeah, like they're welcome back additions to Fujin. I am going so hard in on Fujin when
he's great. I've missed him.
Yeah. He gets a sword, which is cool.
And him being brought into the story mode means that they're this is a whole new time travel thing. So I have a feeling they're going to be going back to the 3D era. Because the Eternal Clash skin pack that comes with the pre-purchase includes Shredder Sub-Zero, who's from the 3D series.
Yeah.
And Original Frost, who's from the 3D series.
And MK9 Scorpion. I know he's not 3D, but just want to put that out there.
So like those two characters, those two skins seem like they're prepping to use those skins in the DLC story.
Right. I agree.
So that would be awesome if they like validate the 3D games again.
They're not going to, but I'll let you keep that hope alive for a few more months.
Rude.
Now, granted, if NetherRealm does like a whole like another pack and it's Ashra and it's Mei Ling and it's who's another trash 3D fighter, Cobra. What about the Mavado? Do you want Mavado back?
No.
What about Su Hao? He's trash.
Why can't you pick the good ones?
Because they already have the good ones. Name me another one who's not trash, please.
I think Natara is pretty cool, like unique. The dragon lady. And I guess Motaro is like shown in the trailer.
You want Moloch back?
No.
You want that? Yeah.
I made fun of Moloch. Don't even get me started.
Do you want Ashra and her big ass hat back?
No.
Yeah, they already picked apart the good ones, and Frost is arguable.
Frost is fantastic in this game.
They made her good in this game, but she wasn't anything special in the original ones.
Well, that's not her fault. She's a cool character. They just split Sub-Zero's moves and made a new character.
She made the conscious decision, so I am all putting it on her. I mean, who knows? I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, and then they all have cool move sets, and then I end up whooping your ass to one of them because
any character can be made cool.
Yeah, true. Except for Cobra because he can't.
Well, he's garbage. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, we agree. The 3D realm is garbage. Anyways, I think that's enough about Mortal Kombat.
Is it?
Yeah, we have
I think so.
Final Fantasy to talk about.
Yeah, let's go. I need to see Tifa's titties before I go to sleep.
Alrighty. Do you guys want to plug your stuff and then go into spoilers, or?
Sure.
So go ahead.
That's fine. Okay. I am at Zero Score on all the places. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, whatever. I still say Mixer. I'm pretty much back on Twitch.
When are you gonna stream with Ninja? That's what I want to know.
I honestly keep forgetting that I'm saying Mixer when I haven't used it. Because I tried it like when my internet was bad, but now that it's good again, I'm back to Twitch because I prefer it. But anyway, I'm gonna continue streaming Uncharted. I just haven't felt like it, but I will.
You're gonna stream it tomorrow?
Yeah, but that'll be before.
When about?
After lunch, like
okay.
1-ish probably.
I just want to be there, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Ben.
Twitter.com/MarvelousIggy for all my shit posting and anime retweetings. I'm actually posting more on my Animal Crossing stuff. At least I'm trying to be conscious of it. I hope everybody liked my picture of me I put a well in my forest area, and I was like, this is spooky. So yeah, I'm posting that. I'm trying. But yeah, if you want memes and art, I'm the Twitter post. I'm the Twitter feed to go to between the three of us, because I can't contribute anything at all.
Yeah, mine's mostly cat pictures.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Twitter, CSG Thomas. On Twitch as Kane Play Stuff. We stream this show 9 p.m. Eastern. You can email me, thomas@charshot.com. Please rate our show on iTunes. 5 stars is preferred. Yeah, you can get us anywhere podcasts are made or distributed. I don't think I have anything else to play. So we're gonna go into spoilers now. So
we're going into the live stream.
So if you are taking off, have a good day. Stay safe. Stay well fed. All right.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Cover your mouth. Wear your goddamn mask.
Okay, boys. Where do we begin? Do we begin at the end?
I mean, I feel like that's the meat. Yeah.
I feel like we should give general thoughts. That's like not
general
spoilery. Thoughts? Yeah, general salute. And then go into like deep diving conspiracy theory level shit.
All right, I'll go first because I think mine is gonna be quick, and then Justin and Ben. So I'll just say
2 hours later.
I'll give this an 8 out of 10. It's a very well made game. Side quests are really, we've talked about it, they're filler. They're not really worth much. Yeah, it's just a really well made game. I like the combat system. I find it like challenging and fun. The swords and like the different way the characters play out are really unique and different. I mostly played as Tifa and Barrett, more of the fill up your ATB gauge and then cast out. But yeah, solid game. I wish there was more to the side questing, but that's about it. Anyways, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have the same thoughts. I don't really care for the battle system, but it's fine. I think I kind of hinted, like, before we were doing spoilers, that I'm most interested in this not being a Final Fantasy VII Remake anymore.
Right.
Because, like, they did a really good job at expanding the story and stuff, but, like, when they stubbornly stuck to the Final Fantasy VII story, I would check out sometimes.
Oh, really?
Because it's like they were trying to expand it while also like staying within that bounds when they didn't really need to. Because like it's clear they were trying to do something different. Yeah. But then they had to kind of like shoehorn the actual story back in there.
Yeah. I only felt that way around probably Wall Market. It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's probably where I felt it most like that.
Well, yeah, because like they still had those same like side quest things in there that
right.
were related to the dress,
but
then none of them actually have anything to do with getting the dress.
Right, exactly, and also they expanded upon the Honeybee Inn and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I think it made it better.
Agreed,
way better.
Although that rhythm game was weird.
It was, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. But like, I want to see them go unhinged.
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna play it pretty close to the vest as far as the story goes, and that's fine. But like the most interesting stuff with the surprises.
Yeah.
So like, when I'm not invested in the combat system and I'm not invested in the side quests, like where they go with the story is what's keeping me going.
Right.
And as someone that's played through Final Fantasy VII, half a dozen times, granted I've only beaten it like twice, but I want things to be different. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, on, getting into spoiler stuff. Like, I want to see them go different.
Yes.
But I liked what they had in there. Okay. It felt kind of safe.
Yeah. Ben.
So mine's position is actually really neat because I didn't play the game. I watched Maximilian Dude, shout out to you, Max. He doesn't listen. I don't know why I said that.
Everyone else listens.
Live stream it.
Him.
Yeah. And I just going off without so spoilers. That I remember how like in the early 2000s or like the PS2 era, like this is games of movies, all that sort of bullshit. This to me is the epitome of a video game cinematically, because I watched a man play it on Twitch for like hours, entire playthrough, and I was captivated for the most part. There's parts obviously, it's like okay, that's the video game part that comes out. But even, like, the video game stuff was amazing. Oh, my God, the Honeybee and stuff. Oh, my fucking God. Like, it's I mean, I can't comment on the gameplay because I didn't play it. But from a presentation, voice acting, combat looked super fun. It makes me want to play it. It's a 9 out of 10 from a viewer's perspective. Because while I know some people like want it to go crazy, like the best moments to me were like when they recreated moments, like the like I guess can I say it? Spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
The plate falling.
Yeah.
Like like that. Like you had an idea of what that was back then, but seeing it and then continuing to see it at certain parts is crazy.
It lasted way longer than it did in the original.
Yeah, or even the original after bombing mission where like, oh shit, you just committed a mini 9/11. How do you feel? Like that to me is my favorite, and I will save my thoughts for the ending. Because god damn, that was an ending.
We'll talk about it. I mean,
yeah,
we
but
have to.
overall, as from a viewer perspective, I love what I watch.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't help that the dude who plays it, it's one of his favorite. It's a remaster or reimagining of one of his favorite games. So his enthusiasm may or may not help. But even when he wasn't saying anything, I was captivated by everything else. Mm-hmm. So.
And to your point, I do think that it was really cool to see some of those moments recreated. Yeah. Like I loved, hopping across the rooftops with Aerith, and like you mentioned, the plate falling. Like I think it's really cool when you first get to that playground and see the the weird like elephant slide or whatever that thing is.
Yeah,
it's like, oh man, like these things are really cool, but like that was just nostalgia. Like that would be there even if they did something new. I'm saying, like, I thought it was interesting when they surprised you by changing the story ever so slightly.
Yeah, I mean, I like that too because it made
or expanding it,
like going to what was it? Jesse's house.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Like that. Like I loved all that stuff because you actually gave because like when things happen, you actually gave a shit. Versus like, I mean, I know some people said that they cared about Jesse, Wedge, and Biggs in the original game, and that's fine. I never did.
I only liked Jesse. I didn't care for the others.
Shit tits. Those.
I mean, she was just like the girl next door.
Yeah.
See, I never had any. Okay, this is gonna embarrass me. I thought Jesse was a dude for the longest time. Like I didn't look up character information. She was an afterthought. Like I felt bad when the things happened.
I mean, it is weird how inconsequential they are.
It is,
considering the following they've gotten.
Yeah. So regarding the plate falling, I just wanted to see a little bit more about like the life on the plate. I know you get that slice of life with when you're going through while you're trying to escape the bombing from the beginning. Like that was really cool. I wish I saw just a little bit more of plate life, or at least see like what happens to the people that were on the plate when it fell. They had they had the opportunity to do it. They didn't do it, probably just because of budget reasons or time constraints or whatever. But that would have been really cool to see.
Well, yeah, like that is the plate people live on, right? Like the plate they dropped. So they basically like destroyed an entire like upper class neighborhood.
Yeah.
To take out Sector 7, right?
Yeah,
like that's the concept.
Yep,
pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like they definitely did not delve into that enough.
Yeah,
no.
Like they give us a random shot of Kate Sith, but they don't actually talk about like the carnage on the plate.
That's one of the worst parts of this fucking thing. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because like I know who that is, you know who that is, but anybody who's never played Final Fantasy VII before, let alone get to the Gold Saucer, like what the fuck is this random ass cat doing?
Right.
It takes out all like this. Like I'm crying because of what's happening. It's awful.
Oh hey, there's a cat.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's up with that?
Why is the cat upset?
Like,
right.
If anything, they should have showed Reeve himself because you don't give away Kate Sith, but you establish him as like the concerning Shinra member.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I'm young.
No, you're
sorry.
Or they could have shown people die, like falling from the sky.
Yeah.
No, I kind of agree, but then I get images of like actual 9/11 when people were jumping out of the towers, and I don't need that again. Like maybe that's why they didn't do it, because like that's a bit too much. Maybe that's why.
But I mean, it would solidify how terrible Shinra are.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but I think dropping a plate on people is kind of.
But I think the people on that plate are like more important than the plate itself.
No, I don't think falling would have been I don't agree with the falling, but maybe cuts to them right before the fall. Like maybe like you see like
like the rumbling of the houses and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
That's what I was thinking.
That's fair because like they went through the whole thing of like making you actually understand that people live on the plate,
right?
Like showing you Jesse's family.
It's not
and all
just
that.
a cover,
right? And so like I never got that from the original that people live on the plate and under it.
Yeah,
no, I never understood that.
Yeah.
But this they actually explain like people live up here. These are the upper class people, the ones that work for Shinra, whatever. And so when the plate falls, it's like you actually care, but it didn't register to me that people were living above Sector 7 when the plate fell.
Yeah.
Like that they killed people on the plate. I still didn't get that until now. So they could have driven that home. When they're already expanding, that's what I'm saying, like, I feel like they played it a little safe. They kept focusing so much on telling the original story that they didn't take enough of those moments to do something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be like Thomas said, budgetary reasons,
or just time constraints or something.
They got to get the game out.
But they already took the assets.
It took them so long to just bring this to us, right? Like maybe doing like a few more missions on plate life. Maybe that'd be another freaking year.
Or like, it could be one of the things, like, it's just like an oversight thing. They're doing so many things at once, or they're programming so many things. It's just something you don't think about when you're doing it. Because you want people to more focus on, the main cast, so that also could be it.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. It's just something I would have liked to have seen. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Aside from that, like the Shinra in general was underwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like they spent way too much time there, with a lot of it being like the unnecessary Hojo side quest, which was main story, but it felt like a side quest.
Yeah.
Like, hey, go down this hallway and fight my monsters, and then switch like the PHS was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was great.
But like, switch characters and go fight another one of my monsters.
Yeah.
And then like it felt like bloat.
Yeah, they're the second half of the game. Once the plate fails, you can tell there was already kind of bloatiness before, but the second half, Shinra Tower is definitely the most bloated section of the game.
Yeah, and it doesn't even feel like the original.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Like to its detriment. And I think part of that is because they blew their load with Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Because everyone knew who he was, they couldn't have that like horror surprise in Shinra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the way they did like the, you guys get captured and then like you have your discussion in the room.
Right.
And like that whole section felt really flaccid.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they didn't do that, because that moment originally works because you don't know what the fuck is going on as a first time player.
But like coming out and seeing the blood trails.
No, yeah, that's creepy.
Like I needed that moment. There was really nothing to replace it.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah.
And then you get up to the top and see the president, and like the surprise of like Barrett getting shot is impressive. But then he's healed. And like none of that had the same impact.
No.
Because like seeing Sephiroth's sword for the first time is like, oh, like this guy is a threat. Like he just killed the president and left.
Yeah, well, that whole fucking section is terrifying because it's just silence, and then you just find dead bodies everywhere.
Right.
Like, what the fuck happened? You don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me think of like I was watching a video from, I don't remember who it was. I wish I could credit, but it was basically comparing the original like Metroid 2 to the Samus Returns remake.
Yeah.
And how, like, in a lot of ways that game is better. But, like, atmospherically, the end of the game, it treats, like, the stuff after the Metroid Queen, it treats it like it's just another part of the game. Where you're, like, going through hallways, and, like, there's still enemies there, and you're fighting, and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, you get to the end, you see your ship, and then Ridley attacks. And, like, it should be this big, surprising moment. But because you've just been fighting things the whole way, it's, like, you're ready for something else to happen. Like the music never changes. You never feel like you've won after the final battle. And so the fact that there's another battle before you get to leave in your ship isn't really surprising. Whereas in the original, it's like you fight the Metroid Queen and then it's just silence. Like you just go up hallways, you leave, like there's nothing else. It's like you get your moment to enjoy your victory before the end of the game.
Yeah.
And this kind of feels like that. Like they expanded it. They added more stuff in there, but to the detriment of the actual environment and the storytelling that they were trying to do. And that's a shame, because that's a pivotal part of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they redeem it with the after Shinra stuff. Because that's insane. If we want to move on. I don't know if you're done with Shinra.
No, not really. I was, as soon as... The moment I knew this wasn't going to be... Or, well, they're going to go off the deep end, was when I went through Hojo's lab and Genova wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but, okay, that when you see... Okay, because I know that's a change, because originally in the original game, Genova's kind of just, like, in the corner.
This is the head.
And Thomas, you'll agree
Wait,
with me.
was it her head? I don't remember what the hell it was.
I think it was just her head. Maybe it was the body. I can't remember.
Well, it's
honestly.
the same thing you see in this game.
But no, just the scope. Like, that shit is... That whole thing is ripped straight out of Akira. Like, with, like, the mechanization in the middle and all the wires. Like, that's straight up.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I was like, oh my god, that's more terrifying than just having, like, you just stumble upon it. Granted, you know, seeing the head's jarring, but it's more impressive visually in the remake,
yeah.
I think.
But, like, this one, they kind of mixed that moment with the flashback of, like, Sephiroth finding his mother. They, like, of did a dual thing, and it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
I wanted to just see Genova. I didn't want Sephiroth to be there.
Yeah. Well, that's where the changes start taking place, like the major changes towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like you see the full body of Genova, he kidnaps her basically, like steals her.
Mm-hmm.
And
that fight was pretty cool.
The Genova fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I like that. I found a pretty cool way to deal with the tentacles where I would just line them all up and then do one like wind strike and knock them all down. It was pretty good.
Nice.
By the way, shout outs to like Square Enix proving every like hateful YouTuber wrong. Like, they're gonna tone it down. They're gonna normalize the monsters. Hell House isn't gonna be here.
Well, Hell House is a freaking boss.
Yeah, Hell House is a fucking boss, and they made Genova's the creepiest thing I've seen in a JRPG like fight game in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it legit disturbed me. Like, it's so horrifying.
Although I will say, like, their new monsters are trash.
Yeah,
like the bosses that weren't in the original game.
Yeah, that I'll agree with. But the OG ones, like, seeing them, like, that's crazy.
Well, this is not even a monster, but, like, Soldier is still around, and there's, like, still people in Soldier, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
They didn't really do a whole lot with that. It was just kind of like a side... Like, it's not even a side...
Yeah, that random motorcycle guy that never showed up again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And no one else from Shoulder showed up as well.
Yeah.
So... Yeah.
I assume, like, they're setting him up to come back later, but...
Was he even there at all?
It feels like an Organization 13 type thing, where it's like you're going to be introduced to various soldier members throughout the game.
Yeah.
For no reason.
People have talked about Kingdom Hearts in relation to this game. And how
there's definitely influence.
A lot of Kingdom Hearts influence.
It's Tetsuya Nomura.
Like, basically everything that's different is ripped from Kingdom Hearts. Even those trash new boss designs that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're jumping ahead a little bit here, but the final boss feels like the big nightmare thing.
The big nightmare thing from
Kingdom Hearts.
Which
but this look way... I'm sorry, this look way cooler.
It is.
Because of the size.
Like I think it's called Nightmare.
Okay.
It's like the first thing you fight in Kingdom Hearts.
The Zero Nobody Nightmare. There you go. I just solved your answer.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get to the end.
Yeah, so you do the normal, like, go down the highway, fight whatever his name is thing.
By the way, fucking awesome. They fucking recreated that section so awesomely.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh my god. Fucking, you get to fight the motorcycle thing and the big tank thing in the coolest way possible.
Yeah.
God.
But then you get to the end of the highway, and instead of just having a pretty generic boss fight against him, and then the game ends, like, which is how it would be if they were just following the original. You get to the end of the highway, and then Sephiroth is there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, dog, I'm about to end the world in 7 seconds. You want to stop me? And
which,
Cloud's
by
like,
the way,
huh?
watching Max play that live, I've never gone from fuck yeah to go, oh no, in like 0 to 60. I'm like, what the... or 60-0 technically.
Yeah. And this is like where
Christ.
you kind of figure out that like Sephiroth knows more than he probably should at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't explain it in this game, but like the theories are out there and they're kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It makes me
There's
want to watch Advent Children again, and I never thought I'd want to do that because that movie's not good.
You don't want to watch it. You don't want to watch it. You don't. Just watch the final fight scene on YouTube and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Actually, just go play the final fight of this game and you'll get that. There you go. I solved your problem. Thank you.
Well, I've never seen the complete version, which is supposed to be better.
It's not. It's not. It's like saying, well, my stomach only hurt a little bit. But this'll still hurt.
I mean,
But it's
I will say, like, I watched the Batman v Superman, like, complete version or whatever, and that was a much better movie. So sometimes just a little bit of extra footage and some different editing can make or break a movie.
yeah. This is coming from me who loves that movie. It's still not a good movie. So
Better.
Advent Children
Alright.
is the same.
So the end. Yeah, like Sephiroth appears. He's like, follow me into this other world. And then you ask Aerith what it is, and I don't even know what the hell she says.
Like, her and Red
it's-
13 suddenly know a lot about it, which is weird.
Yeah, and they talk about like the whispers, like they say those ghost things are the whispers. They're supposed to like make sure that time is like, or the timeline is correct.
They're plot. They're plot.
Yeah,
ghosts.
they're
literally plot.
they
ghosts.
are. It's weird because those things were never in the original game.
Mm-mm.
No, we thought they were the reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the longest
But
time.
then they had that guy that was...
Yeah, the clones.
multiple guys.
Yeah.
The clones didn't really play a big factor in this game.
No, that's just seed planting for
Mhm.
the next game. That's all that is.
But yeah, apparently it's the other world or whatever. I thought it was going to be the promised land, like we were going to get there already.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
But just to go back a little bit, it was kind of interesting in Shinra because you go into that like that, you know, virtual reality dome or whatever,
yeah,
and it basically shows you like the Cosmo Canyon, like, you know, here's how the world works and all that, like that whole cutscene.
Yeah.
And I loved it, but I'm like, why are we seeing this already? Like,
Because
This
you're
feels
gonna
out
need
of
to see
place.
it again.
hey guys,
in
we
5
made it.
years
We just
when
want to make
Remake
sure you know we made this.
Right.
Right.
But anyway, continue on.
Oh man, so then we go into the other world, and it's like, is it just like another dimension or something?
Yeah.
It's not really clear. Like you go through a nexus.
Is it like an Earth
and
2
everything's-
like type of deal?
It's hard to say. We don't
Yeah.
know. It's all up to interpretation.
And apparently, like,
If I had to guess, I'd say it's like the future. It's like the future that Sephiroth came from. So it's essentially the end of the world. Because, like,
Well, yeah.
the theory, just to get into it real quick, the theory is that this is the Sephiroth from after Advent Children.
right?
He went back in time to basically, like, adjust his fate, and, like, stop, or, you know, make everything happen before they're strong enough to stop him. Which is why you see him earlier, because he already knows who everyone is and knows what they're doing. So he can kind of intervene earlier than he would have otherwise.
Okay.
But
I just want to bring something up real quick. A friend told me that that the Sephiroth from Dissidia was kind of like that. I don't know if that's... I've never played Dissidia. I don't know any of those games. Is that somewhat accurate? Like he's from the future or the past or whatever?
I don't really know the story of Dissidia.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, he said that
Yeah, I don't-
Sephiroth in Dissidia was a time traveler. So like I just...
Interesting.
Yeah. That was
Anyways,
a precedent.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so my kind of addendum to this theory is that maybe this is like he took you back to his world where he came from. So this is like after Advent Children in this same location. Because people have been saying that the weapons, whatever they're called, like the things that fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weapons. Yeah.
At first, I thought they were literally supposed to be like the ruby, emerald, like those weapons, but with different names. But yeah, they fight with a sword, a gun, and fists. So the theory is that they are essentially like the Whisper versions of Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there isn't one for Aerith because she'd be dead at that point.
But there's another theory that they're not Tifa, Barrett, and Cloud, but that they're the three assholes in Advent Children. Because because if you look at the gun, it's not a single gun; it's two guns and the sword. Just go look at them. It's a theory, but that's their like whisper form.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's
But that would
before
still
they-
be the future then.
Yes.
But anyway, so like the idea is that like, you know, after Advent Children, like these are the kind of the shells of those characters that are trying to stop their character versions from, you know, changing the timeline or whatever. And then like in the end of it all, you essentially like kill the main Whisper. So like they're not affecting fate anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, you kill Fate.
Which is why that final cutscene has Zack living.
Yeah, which is like, it's like, wait, they're showing Zack going to, like, Ezra's like, oh shit, they're going to show Zack dying now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bold choice.
Because they teased it throughout. It's like, you see Zack, you see him like up against the insurmountable odds or whatever.
Yeah.
Like throughout.
Yeah, which, by the way, that shit was ripped straight from Crisis Core.
It
my
was,
god.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But again, it's like, that's what's cool about having this expanded universe is they can integrate the stuff that they kind of retconned later into the main continuity now.
Well, I mean, like, seeing Zack die is in the original game. It's just, it's a convoluted way of how to get it. You have to go out of your way to see that scene.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, my friend told me like how to do it, and like it's like that's and it's obviously much expanded upon in Crisis Core, which is why they probably thought it was better to show it. I'm surprised they showed it now.
Right.
But then there's a twist.
Yeah, I was surprised.
But let's continue with like the actual like story spoiler stuff because I actually have a theory about Zack.
All right. What was so after the Whispers was Sephiroth himself you fight.
Fight him Advent Children style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you fight him, and then I can't remember what happens
fight.
after you fight him, but basically you end up in the Edge of Creation. How do you get there? I don't remember.
It's a blink and you miss it kind of thing. Like Sephiroth kind of just takes him. It's like it's so fast.
Okay. I just don't remember it. Anyways, you get to the Edge of Creation, and Cloud starts fighting him, and then Sephiroth's like, you have 7 seconds. I'd like to see what you do with it. Basically, like he thinks he says it feels like he already knows who Cloud is and what he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he does. Like they were in Soldier together.
Right, but
yeah,
we all know what Cloud really like. What he is.
Yeah, we don't want to give that away.
Because they haven't given that away. But yeah, it's just weird that it feels like he knows who he is and what he's done. Like he's done actions that he hasn't done yet. And he says you have 7 seconds before the world is destroyed. I want to see what you do. And
then Cloud just starts jerking it real quick.
Right.
Like 7 seconds?
Aerith.
I can work with that.
Aerith, Tifa, Barrett.
And also there was like a lot of flashes of Meteor.
Oh yeah, a lot of allusions to Meteor. Holy shit.
So I thought Edge of Creation was like them on top of Meteor while it was coming, but it wasn't. It was just Edge of Creation, whatever that is.
It could be that could be the place where at the end of OG7 where like Cloud delivers the final blow. That could be that. We just couldn't see it because of system limitations back in the PS1.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, considering Sephiroth. By the way, I need to put this out there because it's driving me fucking insane. There's a moment when you're fighting Sephiroth, and it cut like there's like flashes of like other scenes, and there's there's a moment where you see a glimpse of Sephiroth's ultimate final move from the final boss.
Octaslash or
no. Sephiroth's move.
Omnislash. I don't remember which one it was.
Where the planets, he literally destroyed the planets.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that one. Okay,
you literally see the beginning of that.
Well, you also see a flash of like Aerith's materia dropping in the water.
Yes,
her death. Yeah.
There's also like these characters are self-aware because Cloud, the entire game has like flash forwards or flashbacks. There's one where like you don't see it, but Cloud mysteriously starts crying, and I'm pretty sure it's either referring to you know what happens to Aerith.
Yeah.
And
I think like his connection to Sephiroth is like giving him these visions of the future that
like
Sephiroth has
thing
seen
from Endgame.
Yeah. But anyway, I think like the way they're going to work around the whole idea of like, you know, your level, I think the level cap is like 70 or something in this game, maybe 50, I don't know. But, like, you know, you basically have all of the magic, all of the summons, all that stuff already. Like, if, you know, for the next part. I think the way they're going to get around that is you actually start the game as Zack.
Really?
So like you go through part of it, maybe you gather up a few new party members, like grab.
That's a Kingdom Hearts 2 shit,
like,
man. That's gonna piss people off so bad.
I mean, he wasn't alive before, so
true. But no, I'm just saying that's what you're saying is the exact same thing that they did in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you have to play as
Roxas.
Name Roxas.
Yeah, Roxas is cool. I liked him.
No, you're right. But if you're coming off of Kingdom Hearts, 1 and Chain of Memories, you want to know what happens to them. You don't care about this new kid.
Yeah.
Granted, Zack is more important than Roxas, and it's probably going to be a better example. It just
did anybody really care about Sora?
Because it's fucking Tetsuya Nomura. I'm sorry.
But anyway, like I could see them doing it where like you start as Zack, you pick up a few new characters like maybe Kate Sith, Yuffie, like that kind of thing.
Oh my god.
Have a new team of 3. What?
That just connects Kate Sith being in Midgar. Like you just connected that to that. So
yeah.
Oh my god.
And then like that new party meets up with Cloud and his friends. And I don't know what it goes from there.
That's assuming that the Zack we saw is even the Zack of this world. That's even assuming that.
Yeah. It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, my interpretation of what we saw, because the spoiler, once everything kind of calms down, there's like a golden wave. I mean, Zack miraculously survives his encounter, but Biggs is fucking alive.
Oh yeah, Biggs is alive.
And the dog thing is a different dog. Like it's an alternate world or something.
What dog thing?
Yeah, so like part of me thinks this is Max's theory, so and I'm hopping onto that one. Surprise, that Sephiroth, that whole shit caused like a Back to the Future thing where these characters know what's supposed to happen, our main cast, but everywhere else had like the top, because Zack is alive, the crucial point, aka Marty McFly, not Marty, what was his dad's name? Whatever, doesn't matter. George, that's the crucial point because it creates this alternate timeline. So theoretically, we would go to the Golden Saucer in Final Fantasy Remake 2. Theoretically. You know how Jessie was talking about she wanted to be the lead stage play in Final Fantasy in this one, right?
Yeah.
What if one of the big shocks you go in this game, in 2, right? My theory is that you go to the Golden Saucer, everything is presenting as normal because you're in the wilderness, you don't know what's changed, right? And you see Jessie there alive. You would think she should be dead, but she has no recollection of Cloud, of Tifa, or Barret.
I mean, we didn't see her wake up.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the big shock.
I've got goosebumps from that, dude.
I know, right? So, like it's a world that our characters. Again, I'm not gonna be mad if it doesn't happen. It's just fun. It's
just fun speculation time.
But like just that idea, because the pinnacle moment, and that because Zack didn't die, because that affects everything. That's the domino piece.
But what's weird is I was reading an interview and they basically said that they're still planning on following the basic, they're not planning on major deviations from the story in future parts.
Yeah, and they also can lie.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, Zack is alive as a major deviation.
Right.
Yeah. You can't just ignore that. You can't ignore something like that.
No.
And they won't.
Because where does that... Okay, so, where does that leave Cloud and Zack at that point in the story? Like, how do they get separated, Because he's not with them anymore, and he keeps saying he's first class soldier.
Yeah.
So
my theory is that the reason Zack is alive, and I think this is Max alluded to as well, that this is all Sephiroth, by the way. This is all Sephiroth, because Sephiroth, when a lot of people think, he's just this big goofy guy with a sword. Sephiroth is the master manipulator.
Yeah,
because the whole point of him is to, especially when you get to that moment in the original game, is to drag Cloud down to the lowest he's ever been, to the point he's a fucking nonsensical dummy. Yeah. And to me, the reason why Zack is alive, and to an extent, is that he's gonna. I know we jokingly talked about it's going to hurt 10 times more when Aerith kicks the bucket. I think they're going to do it even worse. Either they're going to have... I think, this is my theory, they're going to have Cloud kill both Aerith and Zack.
No.
I think... Because remember, Cloud almost kills Aerith before Sephiroth does the deed.
Yeah.
And he hits her on the head with the hilt of his sword, because Sephiroth controls her.
Also Zack and Aerith were a thing.
Yes.
So that could probably enrage Cloud even further.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's just Sephiroth manipulating him to get to the point.
Or Sephiroth is going to manipulate Zack into killing Aerith.
That's also possible.
And then Sephiroth kills Zack.
In front of Cloud, which he basically loses his best friend and the woman he cares about deeply.
Yeah.
Bringing him to the lowest of lows, and then he goes snowboarding, because that's what you do.
Right.
That is what you do.
Listen, people grieve in different ways.
Yeah. Did I share you the image of like Cloud snowboarding and then like Aerith's like in the background with the halo and like he's like crying?
I don't think. Wait, I think you might have. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Oh, I think so. Maybe I shared it. No, I shared it with a friend of mine. I'll share it with you on the Discord.
I've seen it.
It's
okay. Yeah. Do we have any...
There's a lot to unpack there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Too bad it's going to be another like 4 years till we get part 2.
I think it'll be worth the wait. If this game's any indication, it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah.
If it can meet this high level of quality, it's going to be
awesome.
awesome.
They did say they wanted to do smaller chunks in faster.
Yeah, this is going to be like, this is a lot more focused section. Whatever they do next is going to be kind of a messier Final Fantasy 15 situation, because you're going to have to deal with a world map with multiple cities, like that kind of thing. It's going to complicate things.
We'll see. I'm optimistic. They've earned my faith.
Yeah, for sure. This is the best thing that Square has put out in years. So
definitely, like hands down.
But it's also, I mean, it's based on an old prop, like when they were good.
It's we say that, but they could have easily fucked this up. They could have easily there was a point
they could have
like,
secret demanded it for sure.
Yeah, they did. I mean, whether or not you would agree with the story deviations or not, that's one thing. But you can't argue the quality of effort that went into making this game.
No,
weird wall textures aside.
Yeah, yeah.
The textures are not created equal.
Listen, man, you got to get a game out, and sometimes you got to just let those textures fly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the story deviations, because on one hand, it gives us all this speculation and like all this like fun like, you know, theory crafting and like booking of Final Fantasy Remake 2 or whatever. And that's a lot of fun. But on the other hand, if they don't do that, if they don't like start deviating into weird stuff and like explain themselves, it's like, why are you making these changes? It's weird.
Right.
The
changes need to justify the story, or like enrich the story,
right,
rather than just change things to be weird.
Yeah. I
feel like the Whispers went a little too far in the weird.
Yeah.
Without justifying itself by the end. And if they're actually gone now, like if they killed them, then they never really explained themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's more to them.
Because they're technically not gone. My theory is that Sephiroth has them under control, and he controls fate.
Well, maybe they're just gone from the world that we killed them from, but they're still in our world.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My brain hurts.
This is a brain teaser.
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I've watched like 4 seasons of Supernatural in the last few weeks, so I'm very familiar with weird, but that's still hurt.
Yeah, well, this is Japanese weird. This is a very different kind of weird. Which, by the way, I will say this: the final whisper. I've said this video on Discord, but I want to say this on the show. Seeing how big that final the Orbiter of Judgment or whatever, seeing how big that thing was, that has me super excited for the weapons, because those things are going to be just as big, if not bigger.
But I think they're also going to have that same kind of mechanic where like they're huge, but you fight something else instead.
No, sure, that's fine. I don't care. I just want to see something tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although
I need to have my
the red one, Ruby weapon, kind of has that anyway, with like the tendrils that come up.
Yeah. Listen, I just need my Godzilla fetish satisfied. Okay, that's all I need.
Yeah. The cutscene when they come down is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
If I'll say this to the haters who are like mad, you can still play the original Final Fantasy VII on multiple devices.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Like, and I haven't done it yet, but I will. But like, like I've seen people get like mad, like, oh, they're ruining. Like, it's the same comic book shit I've been dealing for most of my life. I'm like, my guys, And like unlike comic books where like a lot of those old stories are not unavailable, you can play this game on literally fucking everything. So shut the fuck up. If you don't like if you don't like it,
I don't think we had a segment yet where you guys were yelling at internet trolls, so we had to get that in.
Not only the trolls, I think like some of them are like legit people who are fans who are like upset. I'm like, there's a difference between not liking an ending and the difference, and then calling something stupid because it deviates what you think should happen.
Yeah. This shouldn't exist because it's different than what I thought it would be.
Right.
Go watch a Star War.
That's not a critique. That's just bitching.
But yeah, I was telling Justin I was replaying 7 and my save was like right with like Don Cornelio. So like I've already played through the part where the plate fell, and then now I have to go to Shinra. So like I'm like in the exact moment where things start shifting to difference. So I'm gonna get like I'm gonna get that.
I do still prefer the original Shinra. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely that's definitely better. I'm at the Midgard Serpent. That was the last time I played.
Oh man.
At the Chocobo farm, the right way to say Chocobo.
What?
Chocobo.
Yeah.
Chocobo.
So, your little woo speak earlier. I know what you're doing.
Listen, chocobos when they speak, they go quack quack. Like that's their like tweet, like bird.
I know what you're doing.
It's the sound.
I'm not gonna allow it.
I don't call chocobos quez. It's just the sound they make.
Thomas, edit that so it sounds like he's calling quez.
Yeah, just like take out the don't.
Yeah. There you go. It's like, see, I told you.
Yeah.
Just because you have the power doesn't mean you have to use it.
Tell that to Sephiroth. Yeah, but no, it's gonna hurt.
Yes, compare yourself to Sephiroth. That really does you favors.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I am a master manipulator. No, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it. It's gonna fucking hurt.
I don't want to lose Zach. We just got him back.
That's why I think he's gonna be playable.
Do you guys have anything else you want to say?
No, other than fucking Square Enix, the fucking mad lads, they did it.
I think we were like 40 minutes for like just this section. Yeah. Final thoughts, Justin.
The game was good. I hope it's not another 5 years before we get the next one. But if it is, I guess I'll have time to play through the whole original game again.
Yeah, and you gotta stay alive until the next part comes out. Ben.
Was there doubt? Was that a threat?
Fucking that Sephiroth theme in that fucking fight, dude. Oh my god. Amazing game. Best Square Final Fantasy game, even though it's a remake, in a long time. Probably the best since 9. Like maybe 10. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
You can like in terms of production quality, voice acting, the music, like the fact that, because that's one of the things that scared me was them butchering the original FF7 score.
The remixes.
So the remixes were godlike,
and the way the music like transitions into different scenes seamlessly, like it's really nice.
And I thought like some of like the Honeybee, like it's overall a fantastic experience. And while it is bloated at certain points,
oh yeah, I
think overall its highs are very high and its lows are too small to notice at this point. Like you're at the top of Everest. Again, I didn't play it, but coming from a viewer's perspective,
the bloat is more noticeable when you're playing it.
Oh yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, like Max cut a lot of that out, but even watching him, I'm like, okay, are we gonna? No, I'm not. I didn't fast forward anything because I didn't want to miss anything. But I'm like, okay, are we done? Oh, we're still going. Oh, we're still going.
Yeah.
Oh, so I felt that as a viewer too, but once it ramps up, it's like, fuck. But yeah, I look forward to being alive, to see Aerith die.
You can outlive Aerith.
Yeah. Again.
Game's amazing. Love the hell out of it. Same gripes that me and Justin have, the same issues. But it's still a fantastic game. I'm looking forward to see what they do with this. It's gonna be insane.
Imagine what the golden sauce is gonna be after what they did with the honeybee in. Look what they did with the honeybee in. Can you imagine what they're gonna do with the golden saucer?
There's going to be so many stupid minigames in there.
Do you think it's going to be bigger than Final Fantasy 14 Golden Saucer? It's got to be.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like the thing with the Final Fantasy 14 Golden Saucer is a lot of the minigames there are trash. Like it's just like a press a button at the right time.
You played Mahjong
type thing. Yeah, I did play Mahjong. That was weird.
Why would you?
He played Japanese Mahjong, which was not. It's not the same as American Mahjong.
No Mahjong game in any video game teaches you how to play Mahjong. You just go in there and wish you don't die.
They made him play real Mahjong in this.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was trying out everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I think like they're going to go too far with the mini games, but it'll be okay because the good ones will still be there.
Yeah.
I want that RTS mode, like the Cosmo Canyon thing.
Yeah.
In like crazy HD, like at the Golden Saucer.
Yeah. We've already plugged our stuff. You listened to that already. If you listen to this, so I'll just end off the show by just saying, have a good night. Enjoy your games. Play Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Sephiroth. Dude, when once Max got to that part and I heard the I was like, oh my god, are they doing this right now? Oh my god. Yeah,